Hello, Miss McCoy here. Today we're going to learn a little bit of vocabulary about the scientific method. So the first word we're going to look at is science. So science is the study of the natural world. One of my favorite things. Next, we have scientific law. And a scientific law is a rule that describes a pattern in nature. Next, we have scientific theory. A scientific theory is an explanation for a repeatedly observed pattern in nature. So here we're getting into the steps themselves of the scientific method. The one we're going to look at first is observation. And an observation is watching and taking note of something. The next step we're going to look at is prediction. And a prediction is deciding what will happen next. The next step we're going to look at is hypothesis, which is one of my favorite words to say, hypothesis. And a hypothesis is an educated guess that can be tested. So a lot of times we would confuse a hypothesis. We might have an educated guess, but it might not be something that's testable. So always remember, hypothesis is an educated guess that can be tested. Next, we've got experiment, and this is usually the fun part. An experiment is testing the hypothesis using steps. A variable is the part of the experiment that changes. So we've got two different types of variable. We have an independent variable, that's the one that causes the change, or a dependent variable, and that's the one that the change is measured in. So independent variable causes the change, and a dependent variable is the change that is measured. Those get confused a lot, but it's going to be okay. Data is the information that is collected during an experiment. And then we have analyze. So analyze is organizing and examining data using charts, tables, and graphs. Inferences is another kind of fun word to say. An inference is the drawing of a conclusion based on what you know and have observed. And that is the last word.